What if the most legendary queens of the sea never earned a marble statue? You stand on a windswept cliff, hearing the ancient chorus of waves that once sang the names of hidden deities. Their power still stirs beneath the surface, waiting for a curious mind to summon it. In the cradle of the Aegean, the Greeks built temples to Poseidon, the trident-wielding ruler of the oceans, and they offered sacrifices to calm tempests. Yet the sea was never a lonely kingdom. Countless divinities whispered from foam, guiding fishermen, protecting harbors, and shaping tides. Their stories were woven into everyday life, like a secret current beneath the visible tide. Because most myths survived through epic poetry and dramatists, the male gods often eclipsed their female counterparts. Local cults that honored a shoreline goddess faded as cities rose and fell, and their chants were lost to the echo of louder hymns. Over centuries, the names of these sea-born women slipped into the shadows of history, becoming footnotes rather than focal points. Now you are invited to lift that veil and discover 5 forgotten powers that once ruled the briny deep. Each goddess carried a distinct emblem, a conch, a kelp crown, a pearl-filled net, that linked her to the rhythm of the ocean. Their influence stretched from the calm of sheltered bays to the fury of storm-tossed seas. Imagine a moonlit harbor where sailors once whispered a prayer to a hidden queen, hoping her favor would steer their hulls home. Picture a mythic battle where a mermaid-like protector wielded sea foam as armor, deflecting the wrath of vengeful gods. Feel the pulse of ancient cults that lit torch flames on rocky cliffs, calling upon these goddesses to guard the coastal towns. These forgotten goddesses were not mere footnotes. They were the pulse that steadied the oars of ancient mariners. Their myths taught respect for the unpredictable nature of water, reminding mortals that the sea could be both a generous mother and a relentless foe. Their symbols still echo in modern symbols of maritime safety and navigation. As you trace the faded lines of their stories, consider how many other marine spirits linger in the depths of myth. Could there be more hidden currents of divine influence waiting to be uncovered? The ancient waves still whisper, urging you to keep their legacy alive in modern imagination. You already know that the Greeks worshipped the sea as a living force, a restless deity that could cradle a sailor or swallow a ship whole. Yet the pantheon of maritime divinities extends far beyond Poseidon's thunderous trident. Many goddesses slipped through the cracks of time because their cults were tied to fleeting coastal towns, or because poets favored the male stormbringer. Now you will uncover 5 forgotten powers that once guided the tides and guarded the gull-crowned horizons. Imagine the deep blue palace of Amphitrite, queen of the ocean's hidden realm, shimmering beneath the foam. She rose from the Nereids, marrying Poseidon to balance his fury with her serene authority. Sailors whispered her name before launching, believing her silver diadem could steady the mast and calm the storm-laden night. Her symbols, a dolphin's curved smile and a seafoam crown, still echo in ancient mosaics, a reminder that the sea's royalty is not solely masculine. Turn your thoughts to Thetis, the enigmatic Nereid whose son Achilles would become a legend of the Trojan fields. Thetis herself commanded the currents, shaping the waves that carried warriors to distant shores. When she changed Achilles' heel into a vulnerable spot, she also taught mortals the art of binding destiny to the sea's ever-changing rhythm. Her emblem, a kelp-woven veil, represents the protective net she cast over those who dared to brave her domain. Beyond the well-known pair, Leucothea emerged from the foam as a salvific goddess, a sea foam goddess who offered a magical shell to drowning heroes. In the Iliad, she handed Odysseus a conch, enabling his escape from the clutches of Scylla's maw. Her likeness, golden hair flowing like sunrise over water, signified hope rising from the darkest depths, a beacon for every lost mariner. Eurynome, the ancient mother of the Oceanids, wielded a golden throne that could command the very ebb and flow of the sea. Legends tell how she fashioned the first waves with a sweep of her scepter, teaching early fishermen to read the swells for bountiful catches. Her presence in coastal shrines linked the fertility of the earth to the fertility of the brine, binding land and water in a single mythic pulse. Finally, meet Galatea, the oceanic protector whose name survived only through the tragic tale of Polyphemus and the sculptor's love. Yet before that romance, she guarded the rocky coves of the Aegean, guiding kelp forests and shielding newborn dolphins from predators. Her armor of pearl and coral reflected the moon's silver path, a silent promise that the sea would guard its own. Together these forgotten goddesses form a hidden chorus that still sings beneath every crashing wave. What other marine deities linger in the shadows of myth, waiting for a modern voice to awaken them? Let the ancient currents stir your imagination, and keep the sea's forgotten queens alive in the stories you tell. The ancient Greeks worshipped the sea as a living entity, a restless deity that fed cities and swallowed ships. Yet the tide of history favored Poseidon's thunderous roar, and the quieter voices of his consorts faded into whisper. You are about to uncover 5 forgotten powers that once guided every sailor's prayer. First, meet Amphitrite, the concealed queen of the deep, whose name means the surrounding sea. Though Poseidon claimed her as his bride, poets rarely sang her glory beyond a single line of Homeric verse. Her symbols, seafoam crowns, a dolphin-drawn chariot, and a trident-shaped necklace, revealed a goddess who steadied the oceans, ensuring calm waters for those who honored her with a simple libation of salt and oil. Next, the enigmatic Nereid Thetis, mother of the invincible Achilles, wielded a subtle control over tides and fate. Legends tell how she slipped a shimmering veil of water over the infant Achilles, granting him near immortality. Sailors offered her shells and kelp, believing her gentle touch could calm a tempest before it tore their hulls apart. Beyond the famed pair, you will encounter Leucothea, once a mortal princess turned sea goddess after a tragic shipwreck. In Homer's Odyssey, she throws a magical kelp cloak to Odysseus, allowing him to breathe beneath crushing waves. Her iconography, white robes of seafoam and a lantern of phosphorescent light, marks her as the protector of mariners lost in darkness. Eurynome, a lesser-known titaness, is said to have shaped the ocean itself with her golden throne, spinning the waters into a glittering ribbon that circles the earth. Myths claim she taught early fishermen the art of reading the sea's glimmer, turning raw currents into predictable routes. Her emblem, a radiant wool encircling a wave, reminds you that even the oldest tides can be mastered with wisdom. Finally, Galatea, the gentle Nereid whose love for the shepherd boy Assus defied the cyclops Polyphemus. When the monster crushed Assus, Galatea transformed his blood into a spring, gifting the coastline a fresh source of water. Sailors revered her as the guardian of coastal springs, leaving offerings of fresh fish and woven ribbons to ensure safe passage and plentiful catch. Together these 5 goddesses weave a tapestry of hidden currents, each embodying a distinct facet of the sea: calm, protection, transformation, mastery, and renewal. Their myths whisper that the ocean still holds secrets, waiting for curious minds to surface them. What other marine deities linger beneath the foam, ready for a modern voice to awaken them? Let the ancient waves guide your imagination, and keep the forgotten queens of the deep alive in every story you tell. From the silent hush of moonlit coves to the thunderous roar of storm-tossed surf, you have traced the threads that bind Amphitrite's regal trident, Thetis's protective veil, Leucothea's kelp-borne armor, Eurynome's radiant tides, and Galatea's steadfast guardianship. Their stories are not relics locked in marble, they pulse like tides, shaping the lives of fishermen, poets, and dreamers across centuries. When you picture a lone sail disappearing beyond the horizon, imagine the unseen hands that guide it, whispering ancient vows to the sea. The forgotten queens of the deep have left footprints in every ripple that kisses the shore. Together they form a constellation of marine power that rivals even Poseidon's fury. Amphitrite's marriage to the Sea Lord anchors the ocean's majesty, while Thetis's grief forged the heroic destiny of Achilles. Leucothea rescued Odysseus with a seafoam coat, Eurynome wove the very currents that cradle the world, and Galatea defended the island of Cythera from relentless waves. Their combined influence paints a portrait of an ocean that is both nurturing mother and relentless warrior. Yet the depth of Greek myth remains an ocean of untold names. If these 5 goddesses could slip through the ages, what other marine spirits linger in forgotten altars or whispered prayers? You might discover a local cult of the sea nymph Pallas Thalassa, or a hidden hymn to the salt-kissed goddess Psamathe. Each fragment you uncover adds a new crest to the ever-rising wave of mythic knowledge. Now the mantle passes to you, the modern seeker of stories. Let the currents of curiosity pull you toward ancient shorelines, where stone tablets and pottery shards await your gentle touch. Share the legends you unearth, breathe life into their verses, and let their tides wash over new generations. By weaving these forgotten deities into your own narratives, you become a vessel that carries their power forward. So, as the moon climbs and the sea reflects its silver light, ask yourself what mysteries still lie beneath the foam. Will you be the voice that summons Amphitrite's trident, that raises Thetis's veil, that chants Leucothea's rescue? The ocean is endless, and your imagination is its wind. Keep the ancient waves alive, and let the forgotten queens of the deep guide every story you tell.